Yo, what's up, what's good, everybody? Welcome to episode 1 of Back to Benjy, your back to school guide. This is when I'm going to be posting a back to school related video every week from 25th of July to the 2nd of September. So every Friday at 7 p.m. I'll be posting a video like that. In today's episode, I will be telling you guys how to stay organized in school. How to stay organized. I'm putting you guys on. So the first tip I have on how to stay organized is get a planner. Okay, get a planner. It doesn't matter if that planner is digital, physical, or both. Personally, when I was in high school, I had both. I had a digital planner on my iPad because my school gave us iPads. I don't know if you guys have iPads, Chromebooks. I've seen some schools that have MacBooks. I don't know what you have, but depending, you can do digital. You can even use your phone if your school doesn't provide iPads or Chromebooks. You could use a physical planner as well. And what I need you to do is make sure you go ahead and get that syllabus. Get that syllabus from every single teacher. Like, I know you get so irritated when, like, on the first day, it's like, oh, this is the syllabus and blah, 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 blah. And they do all the background information about the class, but that is stuff that you are going to need. Once you get that syllabus, get your planner, get your syllabus. Put them right side by side, write down every single important date, write down every deadline, and write down every test date, quiz date, exam date, when homework is due, all of that stuff. But yes, just be organized. If you're not even really a planner person, folders go along with that too. So like whether you want to get a folder, a binder, if you want to get both, put that all in one thing together. If you want to do that on your iPad, your Chromebook, your phone, whatever you want to do. Just have some sort of schedule, organizer, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's my number 1 tip. Find a system that works for you. I don't know if you want to do it by hardest subject to easiest subject. A system of organization that worked for me when I was in high school personally was color coordination. And then also organizing the things that I use to organize. Okay, that probably doesn't make any sense. Let me explain. Take this folder right here, for example, okay? This is the folder for your math class, right? One side of this is gonna be work that's yet to be done, and the other side is work that is done, if you do keep paper copies. So do you see what I mean when I say keep things organized? So like have the name of the subject on there, right? And find that system that works for you. So you could have one side that's work that's done, and one side of work that's yet to be done. One side of work that's due in a few weeks and stuff that's due right now. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Just find a system that works for you. Personally, what I would do is in my planner, I would have everything organized from the earliest due date to the latest due date. So the things that are due right away are at priority, and the things that are due later on, I can do later on. Does that make sense? Okay. And one other thing I used to use was color coordination. I would color coordinate my notes. I would color coordinate my notebooks and my folders. So like when you're digging through your bag and you're looking for a folder or a notebook, immediately I know all my chemistry stuff is green, or all my chemistry stuff is yellow, all my math stuff is blue, and all my literature stuff is red, just to give an example, right? So then you automatically know what each color means. You can put the name of the subject on there, but that's just what worked for me personally. Because when I was rummaging through my bag, you can't really see the front of like, oh, dang, I almost dropped that. The front of your folder or the front of your notebook. So you can just see the color and grab it right away for whatever class you have. And the same thing you can do digitally if you choose to. But yeah, that's just a system that works for me, and I encourage you to find one that works for you because everybody is different. Personally, I remember things when they're color coordinated, even when I'm taking notes. If I put everything in a certain color, I'll remember it better when it's time to take the test. Does that make sense? And also my notes were just very, very organized in high school. Like, I get down, I don't play. Same goes for college too. So my third tip would be to be prepared, okay? Like I said before, don't wait until a test day to know that it's a test day. You should have known it's a test day from the first day of school. Because if you got that syllabus like I told you to, and if you was listening, you would have that written down in that planner, okay? Yeah, And also make sure all of your belongings can be found in the same place every day. So now that you're already organized and you know the date and time of every homework assignment, every quiz, every exam, every test, whatever you want to call it, have a list of when your breaks are as well. So you know if you can catch up on homework over winter break, catch up on homework over fall break, whatever the case may be. And also make sure that your stuff is found in the same place every single day. So people thought I was crazy in school for doing this, but I did this since middle school. Because in my school district, we got our iPads in the 6th grade, and pretty much we just kept changing them out until we graduated. Some people would have the same ones, some people would get new ones. But anyways, what I would do is every single night, my notebooks and my folders never moved from my bag. You hear that? My notebooks and my folders didn't move from inside my bag. They were never anywhere but in my bag, unless I was cleaning them, in which case I put it right back, okay? Put it right back. My iPad, which is something I knew I would use on a daily basis, also never left my bag. And I would find a place in my room where there was an outlet, leave my bag at that same place every single day, and charge my iPad while it was already in my backpack. Does that make sense? You got your backpack right here, right? This is the backpack you have, okay? You take your iPad. Ooh, I'm dropping stuff, y'all. I'm dropping stuff. You take your iPad, put it in here. You take whatever charger you have, put it in the outlet, and you plug it in, and you leave it there every single night. So basically, all I would have to do is, when I wake up that morning and I'm getting ready for school, I just unplug it from on the charger and I'm out the door. You see how simple that is? Rather than leaving your backpack in your car, leaving your backpack downstairs, in your bathroom, in your laundry room, how you gonna find that? Same place every single day. Be disciplined with it, cause you'll thank me. It's so much easier that way, I promise you. My next tip on how to stay organized is to keep a clean space. Okay, you ever heard if you don't have a clean mind or like a clean space that you're not gonna have a clean mind? Yes, that's exactly how this goes. Everybody I knew that had like a messy car, their room was never clean, their backpack was never clean, there was always disorganized. They never could find assignments, they could never find tests, they could never find where to turn things in, they never turn things in on time. Because part of it is the fact that if you can't find anything, how are you going to be able to be successful? Because you're not organized. If your car is a mess and you leave assignments in there, when the assignment is late, you don't know where to find it. If your iPad isn't organized, your notebooks are not labeled, your notebooks aren't color coordinated, you're not going to be able to find assignments and turn them in either. Does that make sense? That makes sense. If you don't know a place where you can find all of your school-related apps in a folder in your iPad or on your computer, you're also disorganized. It goes for digital and physical copies of assignments and tests and quiz or whatever you want to say. What I used to do is I would, whenever I had free time really, let's say your assignments are finished in class and you can just do whatever you want, instead of scrolling on your phone, get inside that folder and take away things that are past due, things you've turned in already, just assignments that are kind of sitting there collecting dust, and clean out your entire folder. Do the same thing with your iPad or your computer, your Chromebook, whatever. Rearrange all your folders, get rid of old notebooks that you don't need digitally, cross off all the dates on your planner, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. And if you do drive to school, which I used to drive to school in high school for like my junior and senior year mostly, keep your car clean. And if you have any physical copies of assignments like paper copies or loose leaf paper, don't leave it in there. Don't just start throwing stuff, flinging stuff all over the place. Because there'd be times where it's like, oh yeah, I forgot so-and-so. It's in my car. Where in your car? You don't know because you're a sloppy pig. I'm just keeping it real. That might have been a little bit too far. You're not a sloppy pig. Only if you never, ever, ever clean anything, then maybe you're a sloppy pig. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just being honest. But anyways, keep a clean space, a backpack, your room, your car, if you do have a car, to avoid losing things and be able to find things and to stay organized. Listen to me. I love you and I want to help. Okay? Okay. My last tip is to just make an effort in general to be more organized, because organization needs to be a habit outside of school. I don't know if you guys have heard the saying, but my mom says this all the time, is charity begins at home. So whatever you're not doing in the house and whatever you're not doing in your life, period, you can't just flip a switch and do it when it comes to school. If your life is a mess, school is going to be a mess as well. Although we all have our circumstances and different things we go through, try to make an effort. Do as best as you possibly can. If you know you could do more, do better. That's it. If you're in the habit of keeping your room clean and organized, your bathroom clean and organized, your house clean and organized, your car clean and organized, you're gonna be an organized person overall. Does that make sense? I know it makes sense. I'm just asking just cause. But yes, just make an effort to be a more organized person in general, and make this like personal to you, if that makes sense. Like the tip that I said, number 2, find a system that works for you. That doesn't just go for school, that goes for your house, your car, your everything. Because everyone has a different way of organizing things, if that makes sense. But yeah, this has been the first episode of Back to Benjy Season 2. I hope you will tune in next week, Friday, for the second episode. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I actually did it last year. So if you want to catch up on that and then watch this one, that'd be great. That'd be much appreciated. But yep, same day, same time every week. I will see you guys in the next episode of Back to Benjy. I hope these tips were helpful, and goodbye. Good day. This is literally just a trial. Hello, hi everybody, how are you?